Man, who was that lady?
You're elected.
I'm Tom, yes indeed I am. I'm Tom Parker. I live at the same place she does, 67 William Barton Drive in Tiverton. And first off, thanks everyone for coming. We've got a fairly big crowd here, that's good. And thanks also for the school committee, ladies and gentlemen, for giving us a chance to have this discussion. I think this is excellent. I see this issue of merit pay as being a wonderful opportunity for Tiverton and for our schools. First off, this is something that's coming in some form or another. Whether it's called merit pay, teachers' compensation, you name it, it's coming. It's not going to go away. I've heard this from President Obama, who seems to support something along this line. Also, his Secretary of Education and our State Secretary of Education, Ms. Guest, also seems to be making noises, perhaps not called merit pay, but something very similar. What are the pros of this? First off, if we developed our own plan, we'd be shovel-ready. At least the analogy would be shovel-ready. I looked on the Race to the Top website. Quote, communities most prepared to administer the program will get the funding. Folks who are got a plan in place, shovel-ready programs, they're the folks who are going to get the money. What are the monies they're talking about? I've seen as high as $41 billion. Of course, we're not talking that much money for here, if there's any money coming at all. But if we're ready to receive it, we'll be the first in line to get it. First, it seems the pros, and again, I didn't do as much, I don't have access to as much stuff. My research went to the University of Michigan, University of Chicago, also Vanderbilt University and their National Center for Performance Incentives. There seems to be a correlation in some of the studies with effectiveness, with positive results, particularly in math and science. Also, if we do have a vibrant, dynamic merit pay system, it's possible we'll attract the best teachers. They'll want to come here to Tiverton to teach because they will be rewarded for their hard work and their excellence. Also, it seems to reduce, excuse me, in one of the studies I read, it seems to reduce teacher absenteeism. It seems to be better for the school, everyone, because everyone's on board, more people attend. Finally, if the word gets out that Tiverton has got the best schools in this part of the state or in the top 3, it will be a draw. It'll be a tremendous draw for folks to come here to Tiverton. We keep hearing about another school system across the big bridge. I'll mention no names. It starts with a B. How great they are. There's no reason that Tiverton can't be in that category ourselves. Also, the biggest con, I think if we wait for the state to take action, we'll all grow old together. I've only got 10 years till I can retire, and I'm afraid if we're waiting for the state, nothing's going to get done. Let's move ahead. Let's continue with this process. Let's continue with this discussion. Don't listen to the fear mongers. I heard this when I was on the budget committee, and I also heard it when I was on the Harbor Commission. Whenever there's an issue that no one wants to discuss, suddenly the issue of lawsuits of lawyers invariably, without fail, the center comes up as well. This is obfuscation. These are fear tactics. There's just too much to lose not to continue this process, to continue this journey that we're on regarding merit pay. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else has a comment? Chair? No? Okay. Anyone on the school committee would like to say something?
May I have a chance to speak?
Absolutely. You are the most patient person in the room.
I've listened intently to all of the discussion, and I have to tell you the reason that was of special interest is for 35 years in industry, I worked with merit pay systems or bonus systems. And I have to tell you, they do work. And you probably think in industry it's a lot easier to have a bonus system. And I'll give you an example of a Rhode Island company, and these are real numbers. The owner of the company, we were making $60 million a year. The owner of the company said, I want to make $80 million a year. You're going to figure out how to turn $20 million profit out of this company next year. And a first-line supervisor earning $50,000 could earn a $25,000 bonus. A plant manager earning $100,000 could earn a $50,000 bonus, and a vice president could earn a $100,000 bonus. Significant money. But we knew where the money came from. It came from that extra $20 million worth of profit. There was no trouble finding the money. At the end of the year, we made $25 million more profit than we did the previous year. Everybody got a bonus, and the owner of the company was very unhappy because the salesman had sold hot products because they knew they could sell a hot product and it would fly off the retail shelf at full price. There would be no discounts, there would be no markdowns, there would be a very profitable product. The marketing people knew that if they developed new products, they would eat into our profits by spending money retooling for new products, so they just changed colors for the next year. The manufacturing people, it wasn't hard to get a supervisor to come in on Saturday and work overtime. If you could get a $25,000 bump in pay, you'd be certainly happy at home after you got that bonus. We had a warehouse full of dogs, products that the sales department didn't want to sell. We had raw material warehouses full of raw materials to make more dogs. And the owner of the company was $20 million short in cash flow. We made the profit, but we ate up more cash. So next year the bonus program was cash flow. He wanted to turn it cash flow. That didn't work either because if you don't make it profit and cash flow, it won't work. So a simple system, if not designed properly, is going to give you a result that you may not want. If we set a merit program based upon 1 or 2 measures or 3 measures, we're going to end up with teachers running for the carrot, and those 3 measures is what's going to happen in the school system, and the school system will look differently than it does today. But it may not look like what we want it to look like. It may not increase the graduation rate. It may not increase the students going off to college. It may not have the outcome that we want. So my suggestion in hearing everything is we be very careful in designing a merit pay system or a bonus system to ensure that we're using the best information that is out there, whether it's a large school system or a small school system. We should copy things that are successful, that accomplish the objectives that we want to accomplish. And I think this is a careful, meticulous process that we should go through. And I would not vote to do an experimental program because I think that would frustrate the teachers and the outcome wouldn't be what we want, and students would possibly have negative benefit by an emphasis in one aspect of their education, not in a broad education. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Wright, any other comments? No? So what do we do next?
Me?
Well,
We cannot take any votes this
well, we
evening.
don't have a vote, it's just brainstorming, so. I was not planning to take those votes. Do we want to, in general, pursue it a little bit further? And obviously not as a school committee, because I think holding workshops like this we could, but probably the same people will show up, and it's very difficult to get specific. It's very difficult to be productive in these big meetings. It's just good to kick around an idea and see how we feel about this, but maybe at some point. One option would be we have already a committee which is formed to look at the evaluation piece, to see if we can ask this committee to look at the evaluation piece in conjunction with the merit piece. Not that they have to come up with necessarily, I don't know,